Hello everyone, welcome you all to TechnoBiz Business Talk. Through this program, we basically invite business leaders for this program and ask them, discuss with them, have conversation with them about various issues about in the business happening. And today's guest is Mr. KK Yeaw. He's the president of Malaysian Rubber Products Manufacturers Association, shortly called MRPMA. I would like to say he's one of my favorite association presidents, because I've been working with so many. I've seen so many association presidents in rubber, plastics, you name it, all kinds of association. But he's the man to look up to as a role model, how to be an association president. And he's also a managing director of the automotive rubber parts manufacturing, Cooltech Industries, and also I think the first rubber, right? Then associated rubber, yeah. Associated rubber. Yeah. So he is a businessman and also president of the important association in Malaysia, Malaysian Rubber Products Manufacturers Association. Today, we're going to talk to him various issues and learn about some of his experiences, his opinions, what's happening in the industry. Mr. Yeaw, thank you for joining this session today.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Palams. Thanks for inviting me to join this TechnoBiz Business Talk. So yeah. I'm very glad on your invitations, right? So
yes,
I will try my best to share however's the experience or knowledge during these sessions.
Sure, great. I really appreciate that. So let's dive into the first point I'd like to discuss. You recently joined a conference called China CRIA, China Rubber Industries Association Conference. It happened in China recently. I think you were one of the invited guests being part of the China that conference, and that is one of the important conference for the rubber industry. So what are the things that you learned about the China rubber industry? What's happening now?
Yeah, okay. So I also very thanks to China Rubber Industry Association's first time to invite MRPMA to join their China Rubber Conference held in Qingdao. So also at the first time in Qingdao, it's very impressed and very open eyes. You see that during the conference, its events, most of China's rubber industry players pay attention to this conference, almost about 1,000 audience. I think this is the big conference in the world. It's organized by CHRA, right? So there is really open eyes on that, and all the speakers they really share about the current scenarios of China's rubber industries, especially for the tire industry. What is the challenges? Also, how they are facing these challenges with the US become the trade war, right? A lot of data they share from this conference, and then they also have a technical talk about the move forward for IR 4.0s. I think we know that the China company actually they already transforms to IR 4.0. That's why this is very success. From there, we already learn and get a lot of information of latest technologies and latest rubber business information during the conference. And then the conference also invited worldwide, the rubber expertise to sharing for their knowledge. Even the Malaysian Rubber Board, also one of the invited guests to give the talk about the current scenarios of Malaysian rubber industry, right? So this is a good platform. I think we should be continuous to participate this conference. You can get a lot of latest informations for the rubber industry.
Yeah. If you look at the China rubber industry, let's break it down to two segments. One is the technology, other one is the products. Yeah. China is, I think, is a leader in chemicals, raw materials, and machinery, instruments, and other at the same time is also products, tires, non-tire products. Okay, I think many of us know about the technology-wise, They produce all kinds of machinery. You name it, they can have the technology, in any of the rubber machinery or testing instruments or chemicals. All kinds of chemicals available from it's a huge source for the global markets. A lot of people want to understand about the product side. How is the market for them? Rubber products. And you also one of the producer of the rubber products. So when you compare with the rubber products manufactured in China and other countries, let's say in Malaysia, how do you see that markets looks like?
Yeah, the most important differences between China with other countries, because the China, they have a very huge domestic market demand. That's why most of them is called by the volume game. That's why they can move forward to the latest technology and then so-called all the famous raw materials, right? Compared with other countries, like Malaysia, because our population is about 34 million, to compare is China is 140 million, so the market totally is different. Meanwhile, that they also very go in the EVs car, right? For their automotive, now they produce almost this to 30 million vehicles a year. So this is the market chance to go the rubber industry. As you know that for the automotive, about 5%, is from the rubber components. So this will be how this China rubber industry to grow, especially in the tire industry, right? There is very advanced and very full automatics for their factory. During the conference, the organizer also links the factory tours, visit this double star tire industry factory. So it really open eyes. You can't imagine that the production lines are actually considered almost is an offline factory. They only have a few percent, I think less than 30% in the production line. And then the warehouse is auto machines warehouse. The warehouse can be up to 100 meters without any single people to manage. Right? This is what we need to learn, right, to transform our business. In terms, we don't have such of volumes, but however, house we still to get some ideas how to do improvement. If not, really we cannot be compete. In terms of the productions, so-called the expenditures. So we are in Malaysia. We still depending of resources of laborers. So like that now, definitely we cannot be compete. That's why the last year our tire manufacturing good year. Why they decide to close the factory in Malaysia, because really is cannot be compete, and then the operation cost too high. That's the main point. For rubber industry, we should be transformed. We don't always think that this is a traditional business, and then the machine, two Romeos or needles is almost 100 years for use for 3 generations, still can use it. But that one is not really efficient, and then the cost operation is too high, right? So whatever house we need to transform to the new technologies with latest product line. Even you cannot be full automate, maybe it can be semi-auto. This will be help us to increase our productivities and our increase also our so-called the human errors, and then to improve all the qualities. So this is very important. Actually, I very encourage the industry players. When you got the chance, the organizer or whoever the party or company to invite you to factory visit, please go. From there, you can learn a lot, and then you can get the experience, the know-how, and then how they're going to run the factory compared with yourselves. So you can do the benchmarking, the area, the weaknesses from our side. So how you're going to improve it.
Yeah. So you went to visit the Double Star, I think one of the largest manufacturers of tire. Yeah. So
in Qingdao.
In Qingdao, yeah. And So you see no people, very few people in the factory. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's less. The whole factory, whole plant is less than 30 people.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Even the quality side, also quality control.
Yeah, because there's a fully auto, and then the quality control, they also use the latest X-ray machine to do all the checking, inspections, right? So this all is fully auto. There's no any humans, and then the data collections, right? That's very important. So for any issue, they just to call all the data that can be checked. The fault is from where. So you go to every sections, they have a steady banner to show off the production, the current scenario, and then what is the machine conditions, and then the running capacity per day. So, lady, this is imagine, you will never visit the factory before. You cannot imagine up to that stage that can be managed, in China, right?
Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to ask in different way. The domestic market is big, so the product manufacturers, they survive, they do well in the country. Compared to our countries in Thailand or Malaysia and other countries. Can you talk about mindset of the business people, rubber business people in China? You yourself also Chinese background, right? And of course you're Malaysian, and because it's also important about the mindset of the people. Any business to grow, it's important that whether they have the right mindset to excel in their business. Based on your understanding and the conversation with all the fellow business leaders at the conference, how do you assess the business people in China in terms of the vision?
You see that the China, the businessman is that definitely the mindset is different with others, right? They work very hard, 7-Elevens, So and then they're not really, sit there and wait, the opportunity. As even the business trend is driven, whatever house, they are not waiting. They will actions. They will do immediate actions, and then they will come out the new business plan. Like recently, this trade war, you see the China, even they cannot, they have a trade war between China and USA. So even they already know that they're very difficult to attack the USA market. Now they make immediate action. They look for the Southeast Asia's market, because the Southeast Asia market is the 4 largest economies areas. That's why they kill here, and then they come here, and then they look for the business partner. Very fast. These are very fast actions. They are not waiting for the actions or the impact to them, right? And then they're ready to learn, and they're ready to invest the latest technology. So from there, also the talent development of China also very good. They have a lot of university to help them to develop a lot of scientists, a lot of engineers. You can see that now it's totally different. There are a lot of so-called fresh graduates. I think yearly they got 10 million fresh graduates to enter the market. From there, this fresh graduate actually is really help the industry of China, and then they are ready is learning, and then to come out a new idea to help the company, to transform. So this area is different with others country. So especially like Malaysia, we really are short of the talents, right? And then now in Malaysia also the university, they already cut down these polymer science courses. Only a few, 1 or 2 university only have these courses. So there is the talents, the supply is not there, is compared with China.
So I try to say that China invests in the human manpower skills, and also in research innovations. I think they quite spend money on developing innovative technologies. Yeah. So
yeah.
So there's a lot to learn from them.
A lot to learn. You see, you go to China, every time you can see that is the difference. Right? They're ready to invest. It's not wait for the business. Right? They already invest to run the production, and then they go look for the market. always is chicken and egg. In Malaysia, when you ask them to invest in new machines or new technologies or new these automations machines, they always say, I don't have the order, so it's the cost to them. But the things that the market trend is different. You must get ready before, right? When you ready, the big customer come to you, then when they come to site sorted, you will say that sorry, you are not ready, so you have lost the opportunity. That's why what the China do, they sell all the full capacities of the productions, right? Then they're ready for accept any orders from the world. So the mindset is different.
Yeah, definitely. How about the relationship between the industry to industry in China? Let's say look at in Malaysia, members like you are a association president, and whether member to member collaboration in terms of developing new products is a house like this in China. Do they similar product line they do collaborate or cooperate each other? What's like?
Yeah, you can see that the China's rubber associations are actually they're really teamwork. I can show that the different province or different states, they every month they have a so-called a conference, a rubber conference or technical conference, right, to help each other. Even the seniors or the pioneers or expertise, they always keep the talk, to share the experience. If any the industry players, they have a so-called technical problems, so they always attend this kind of conference to get the expertise advice how to solve the problem, right? But in Malaysia, we conduct a lot of a conference, but the participants is really upset, they're not ready to participate in the conference. Most of them is really closed door business, right? So actually this is not really healthy because the technology day to day is changes. We also need the others expertise in the different sectors to give us advice or give us so-called the knowledge to improve our the product, in the product, the quality of the product, or also in terms of in the productions. You can see that latest in China, even our motor product, they already started automate, right? So use a rubber hands or use the equipments, so they don't need to use the manpowers to placing the material, right? And then dismolding also, use the rubber hands, right? So when I saw these videos to my Malaysian players, they can't imagine that this can be possible. Right before that, I always told them this is possible to be automated. They say impossible. But now there's a realities. Now what is in China happens.
Yeah, sure. Well, okay, that's I think we need to look up to the China to improve our processes. Not thinking about they're producing very cost efficient manner, but I think we need to look at ourselves. But how can we improve our processes? To supply to the global market, and I think a lot of things we can learn from rubber industry professional from China, whether it is a technology wise or whether it is a product manufacturing wise.
Even not only we learn from the China, but next week I also organize this working visit to Taiwan. I also bring our Malaysian rubber industries have a company visit to 6 factory in Taiwan. So from there, they also can learning from the counterparts, because you know that the Taiwan side, they're very strong in the SME sectors, right? So hopefully my members, they can during this working visit, they have learnings and then have a so-called experience sharing with the China, the Taiwan counterpart as well. This mission, we have gathered about 19 companies. There's a big group.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, Taiwan is also leaders in the technology wise and also the product manufacturing wise. when we talk about the machinery, we talk about Chinese machinery, we talk about Taiwanese machinery. They are also very good at developing new technologies for the industry. Yeah? So it's a good opportunity. All the companies who are visiting, who are joining this delegation to Taiwan. Yeah. So good, man. Good. Really appreciate that. I think the more learnings for the fellow rubber industry guys. Yeah.
So actually, it's very difficult to convince the Taiwan counterpart. Actually, they opens us to visit their factory.
Yeah,
So
it's not easy. It's not easy. Let the people to come inside a factory. Yeah, you worry that they copy things and make a competitive products. Yeah. So,
not the copy the things, that mostly is the ideas lah, how they're going to manage, right? Mostly the know-how, we also have a know-how, but the things that how the administrative work to manage the company, this is very important. You are in the higher cost, or you in the lower cost, right? And then how you're going to cut the however hidden cost, to turn it income is a extra profit. So from there, actually in year 2019 also bring one working group to Taiwan. From there, they also had a good learning section during the trade show. That's why this time they asked me to rearrange again.
Good. That's a very good thing for the Malaysian rubber industry. Yeah, you rightly mentioned about the, it's not about copying product. I think you will learn about the business practices and also how to increase the profits, how to minimize the hidden losses. Sometimes we don't see it. We think what we are doing is perfect, right?
Yes.
But why the margins are so low? Why others can do better? Why others can do better?
This is very important because we're used to it, so we don't know what is our weaknesses. When we go to see others one, then you know, oh yeah, this thing can be do like that and can save a lot of cost, right? Then you can be copy back, implement in our factory site.
Yeah. Okay, let's dive into the Malaysia now. I think we learned quite. I think thank you for sharing your experience about China and also Taiwan, and it's really very informative. Let's get into Malaysia. How is the Malaysian economy now?
Now, Malaysia economy actually same with other countries, like because this trade war and then these Americans come out news traffic, so affect all the business, especially who are export to the US. Even the US customer also cannot give us their directions or their clear future business. This really impact lah. So a lot of factory, they lost about 20% business. Even the production also cut because customer cannot give the forecast order. Like even the Trump say that they will pause for 90 days. But what happens after the 90 days? Nobody knows. Every day you see that the US, the President Trump will give different statement overnight. So this really will be affected even our Malaysia's investment, trade and industries, Ministry of this. They're also having a dialogue, industry dialogue. They also worry about this because it affect the whole Malaysia's economy, and then they also ask us to well prepare of the economy recessions, right? But for warehouse in Malaysia, local domestic is still running well, especially in the automotive industry. The volume is still there. The Malaysian, I don't know why the Malaysians so like to buy the car. So the last year, the Malaysians car registered on the road is almost reached to 800,000. Okay. It's a huge market in the huge volume compared with the populations. So now the business is depend to which sector you are. Definitely, as far as we say, you have a business related to the USA, definitely will be impact. The business will drop about 5 to 15%. Depend you are in these sectors. You are already in the domestic market. I think there's not really impact at this moment. Say that.
And let's talk about automotive industry. You know, the whole world is all talking about EVs, right? How is the situation about EV in Malaysia? And you have a national company, Proton, right? Yeah. So are they up to the, they're also totally into the EVs now, just like other premium brands, like multinational companies? What is the situation now in Malaysia?
Yeah, Malaysia is totally different. It's Thailand side because our petrol is very cheap.
Yeah.
The price is very low. That's why the Malaysians still prefer for iCar compared with the EV car, right? So EV car they came to Malaysia. Most is we say that weekend car is for the rich man to buy as a second car.
Yeah.
So it's not really there is growth, but this mostly is affected Japanese car models, especially for Honda and Toyota. It's not for Malaysians national car, because our Ministry of MITI, right, Ministry of Investment, Trade and this industry, they come out the policies. Whatever the EV car from China, they must sell 10,000 ringgit above, cannot be sell 10,000 ringgit below. That's why so there will this policy will be protect our national car, because our national car mostly selling about 40,000 to 80,000 the range. That's why that our national car Proton and the Pedua, so the selling volume is not affected. The Japanese car models and the continental car model, however, who selling above 100,000, definitely they will affected of 30%.
But this Proton is producing EV cars, are they? Not yet.
Yes, they already produced. Now the money they're selling about thousand units on the road.
I see.
Consider it's very good response from the market.
And let's talk about your company, Cool Tech. So for the benefit of everybody to understand, what are your major products? How is your business now?
Yeah, firstly, for my industry is automotive as well, you know. So we are the suppliers to our national car. So we are in the board, in the national car policy. That's why we are enjoying. They say that we can see our business follow our car industry growth. So this is one of the benefit in Malaysia because Malaysia government policies. Secondly, we also cannot be too depending of one sector. That's why I also do to diversify my business, be in the plastic, be in the accessory, be in the rubber. Now the latest business I do the handcraft rubber leaf. This is very unique business, and then it's very something special, right? They're not in the market, right? You see, when I give this rubber leaf gift to my customer, they're all very short on that. They never saw before. Even they are in the rubber industry, they saw the tree, right? But never saw the leaf can be crafted as a product, and it's a premium handicraft product.
Yeah. And anybody who visit your office, they get a nice gift as well, right? Rubber leaves.
Yeah. So you are welcome. So now I already got about more than 200 models. So you are welcome and give us some advice and comments. Then I will give you one special, the rubber leaf product.
I think it's also your one positive side about is you're also helping the house, what you call ladies, right?
I try to those days this industry only in the countryside, right? So I'm doing it. Then I will try to commercialize it now to let the market know about this product. So slowly by this year, I also participate in Malaysian Gift Fair, and coming this Malaysian industry rubber Expo, Commission Expo. I try to promote this, let the market know that not only from we are full utilize the resources, from the rubber trees, rubber estate, and then meanwhile also to try to help the smelter to get additions incomes. Hopefully during August you can see that my latest product on this rubber leaf.
I think it's your very passionate project, right?
Yeah.
I see your passion in there, to promote this gifts made from the rubber leaves. People only look at products, but from the leaves itself, you can make wonderful products, and handicrafts. And
a lot. When they see it, they can't imagine this flower is made by the leaf.
Yeah, I know. That's right. Rubber leaves, rubber tree leaves. So fantastic. Let's talk a little more about Malaysian rubber industry. Okay, we understand about automotive industry. In non-tire products, other than in Malaysia, when you talk about Malaysia, people talk about a glove, glove industry. So what is the situation about the glove industry now?
See, as you know that now the glove industry also, because of pricing war between the China, they just always selling in the lower price. Even now the Thailand's glove manufacturers, the Sritam also they're selling with very low market price. There's a big challenge with Malaysia now. As you know that because Malaysian glove manufacturers, they always depend, all the raw material always depend outsourced from other country, from like natural rubber also almost 90% get it from Thailand. And then for Manta, I think we are import from all over China, Taiwan, Korea. So there's a problem now. So we don't have an advantage in the material side. But however, how's a Malaysia company? I think we are the expert more than 20 years in the industry. That's why the technology and the know-how and the quality still maintained well. Right? So, but however, how this is a big challenge.
I think the price war is been there for a while, right?
Even now the Sritam also started the price war.
Yeah. So, how about the non-tire, let's talk about rubber products, solid rubber products. Other than automotive, what else products produced in Malaysia other than the automotive?
Yeah, I think the medical device rubber product is doing well. They're going right. There's some industries, the business still well growing, especially our IRG product, industry rubber goods. See our export is increased about 9.4% compared with last year's. And the GRG also, general rubber goods. Right, the only industry there's a tire because of close of good years. That's why our tire industry export revenue is strong.
So there is no tire manufacturers in Malaysia?
No, yes, Malaysia got now is the existing one that is got two Intercontinentals and the Toyos. Latest they have two tire company from China. One that's set up in the east coast of Malaysia, and the latest one from China, they set up. They only signed the agreements. They will set up the factory in this Malaysian this rubber city in Kedah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there are two tire factories from China going to be in Malaysia.
Yes. So in the East Coast one, we're going to much more in year 2026 next year.
Oh, okay, I see. So yeah, let's continue about the rubber products. What else happening in the rubber products market?
Yeah, the rubber product we doing well for our last year's export statistics to show off So almost goal is 9 to 10%. It's very good. But this year we can't see the the trends because of this American traffic, the effect of the whole world, and then the market is become slow because the customer is not really give the forecast orders, and then there is no ladies, nobody can tell us what will happen in tomorrow or next month. That's why this is a big impact. But however, how's in the medical device business is still very good.
How about silicon rubber products? Silicon rubber products market is growing?
Yeah, silicon rubber product mostly in the medical device.
Medical device. Do you make any silicon rubber products?
Yes, but for the industry use, it's more for the industry use, it's not for the medical device.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the policies and how the government is supporting the Malaysian rubber industry. Are there many changes in terms of in terms of helping the rubber companies to make more profits, right? Yeah.
The government will not help the company make more profits. Depend on the company how they're going to transform the business. However, how the governments will give the very good platforms, incentive to encourage the Malaysian rubber industry to do more export under the Malaysian Rubber Council. So Malaysia Council come out a lot of a policy incentive to help out the Malaysian rubber industry to move forward in this combined with ESG sustainability, carbon credit, zero carbons, all these policy actually is there. The only thing how the industry players to catch up and then to grow their business. Because as private sectors, we need to have our own business plan and to planning to how we're going to grow, to fully utilize the incentive or grant given by the government, right? So this is something special with other countries because we have a Malaysian Rubber Council. We pay for 0.2% of export cess money. So for they use this cess money to help the industry, especially for the SME, right, to improve their productions, and then to also help them to get the tenants, right, the tenants and then the engineers, right, so to improve for their production line and then increase their qualities, and then to also bring them to participate in the trade show around the world.
Yeah.
So that's a very good policy for Malaysian rubber industry.
You mean to say it's up to the individual companies how to participate in these schemes and benefit from it? Yeah.
Yes, because the management commitment is very important, right? If already you are comfort zone, then you want to go, they want to grow, right? Then there's no related any policy change, right? Because they are not ready to grow. If already that they want to grow their business, they can be work together with the government agency like Malaysian Rubber Board and Malaysian Rubber Council, because they are ready support to our rubber industry.
And I think the MRC has some project to promote the startups also, right, in rubber industry.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think you are part of the committee, I guess, and the grants and things like that.
I'm the board trustee.
Okay. Okay. And so
can of the MRC.
So can you talk about what kind of things happening in these startups? Yeah.
See, we recently also we proposed to the MRC see how to grow our rubber industry. Actually, we will do the 2 years business plans. We already started to plan for year 2026 how to move forward. So this is very important. So for the market, we need to so-called prepare. And then now we know that there's a US market now because of this traffic issue. So we will try to target to others than the US market. Mostly by next year, maybe we as an industry players, we are going to propose to MRC we are going to look for the Latin America or South America, because there is a big market for us, you know, for Malaysia. And then some more in the Middle East market also, because we are the Muslim country, right? They're most ready to love to buy the Malaysian rubber product.
Hey, you should come to my show in Sharjah, yeah, you know, Middle East, and we organize exhibition in Middle East. So
Yeah.
MRPMA should participate, yeah. So
You should be with us.
yes, I'm going to send invitation to you. Now I know that you want to target the Middle East as well, so I will send invitation to you to participate. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You are go on. You are extensive traveler in Southeast Asia. I think you travel to Bangkok quite often, right? And because you have business partners with your company as well in Thailand.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your assessment about the Thailand rubber industry? How they are doing now?
You see, Thailand, the market almost triple bigger than Malaysia. There's a point of view. And then the Thailand government also very open to all the investors. That's why, however, the SME, they also can be set up in Thailand. Like Thailand, like for the automotive, we say, because I'm in the automotive, I say talking about automotive industry, right? So Thailand still produce about 1.5 million vehicles, you know, then it's about 1 million vehicle is export to around the world. So this is the so-called second eastern seaboard hub in South Asia. That's why this will be help the grow the Thailand rubber industry. And then for the two-wheelers, the motorcycle industry also big, is huge, right? The Honda is the largest two-wheelers producers. So this also will be help the Thailand domestic market. Right? Actually, Thailand is very friendly. The ladies is welcome all the investor and then to grow the industry, and then the platform now I think is very established, right? So the business I can be sure that if you are do for the OEM, the business is not really affected, except you are do for the replacement market, because the replacement market is more they need to compete with the China. As far as you know that in Thailand also a lot of China they set up factory in Thailand, and then they also set up a warehouse in Thailand, and then they also direct, you know, go to the workshop, you know, they're selling directly, you know, to take out the midmans or distributor, you know. So they can be offer very low price to the users. So this is impact to Thailand. I can see now.
Yeah, I think there is a lot of influx of Chinese companies into Thailand, you know, in every segment, not just in the rubber side. You have many tire factories, even the chemical manufacturers also came in. And so yeah. But you know, there one good side is that in the lot of investment, employment, and local collaborations. You know, price war is never ending. Everybody competing.
Never ending. And the most important that the China a lot they set up factory, they do the screwdrivers and then transfer the build, you know, out from Thailand, right? So they're not really to help the Thailand economies. You can't see the fact, but you can see the export leverage is keep increasing.
Yeah, true.
But it's not in the domestic market.
So yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Vietnam. What is your assessment on Vietnam rubber industry?
Vietnam.
They're also fast growing, yeah, in Southeast Asia.
Yeah, it's very fast growing in Vietnam. I think that almost the Vietnam's investor is from China. Right? Mostly they want to switch the country of origins to attack this US market. But however, how's the Vietnam two-wheeler market is still weak, right? You can see a lot of motorcycle on the road. So they also use a lot of rubber, products. So this also will be help the Vietnam rubber industry to grow. Right. So there is difference in the domestic market. But not for the four-wheeler. Four-wheelers, at least Vietnam still need a long time to go.
And are there any manufacturing automotive companies in Vietnam now?
Automotive industry, there's no. Most there are actually the Vietnam, they have own brand, but they're not really doing well.
Yeah, so I think the two-wheelers is very popular, and
yeah, it's very popular. Yeah, it's very huge number as well.
If you want to experience the two-wheeler experience, you need to stand next to the traffic light and wait for the traffic signal. Then you know.
I went to Vietnam before. You know, the people are not really about this motorcycle. You know, there's a walk around, then motorcycle will be avoid. You know, them
Yeah.
the automatic one. This will not will be happen in Thailand or in Malaysia.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good. So, what is your opinion about Indonesia? How is the market in Indonesia?
Indonesia, actually, the market is low. You can see that for automotive also, their local consumption is almost leads to a million vehicles. The medium range of people is going up. The income is increased. That's why they have a so-called the spending power. You can see that because of their populations almost close to 200 millions, right? So actually, we can see that in the Southeast Asia, the business opportunity is good in Indonesia. Indonesia produces four-wheeler about 4 million per annum. There's a huge market.
Yeah, yeah. Do you buy rubber from the Indonesia? Natural rubber?
No. You know that we are technical rubber, mostly actually we are the synthetic rubber, rubber, right? So natural rubber is big consumption is the tire industry.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So all your parts are synthetic rubber. Yeah. So,
yeah, synthetic rubber. It's very less. These only certain requirements only use natural rubber.
How about Myanmar? What is your opinion about Myanmar? Unfortunate that tragic thing happened recently. Yeah. Of course, including Thailand, but I think the severe damage happened in Myanmar with earthquake. Yeah. So.
Maybe because the earthquake will be, they need to restructure the constructions of these hardwares. So this also another opportunities to grow the industries. But I don't really know about the Myanmar market because I've never been there.
Okay, I see. So Philippines, what about Philippines? That people don't know much about Philippines rubber market. Is it a big market?
Yeah, Philippines, I think also is a big market on the two-wheeler. Two-wheeler is a big market. The same, the motorcycle is well selling there. I think also is a million plus per annums. So the two-wheelers tire industry also quite well. They're doing well because of the numbers of use of motorcycles.
Okay. Well, we touched a little bit about each country, neighbor to us, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, Myanmar, maybe Myanmar, not much information, and Philippines. Yeah. So how about India? What is your opinion about Indian market? Have you been to India before?
Yes, I've been to India before.
Okay.
I also have a customer in New Delhi.
Okay. You sell products to India, yeah?
Yes, sell product. Yeah, it's more than 10 years already.
Okay, so don't you see the competitive in terms of price and thing? How do you manage it? It's just like other China, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you know that in India we got government policies they have different traffic barriers, right? So in them across the state also need to pay the tax. It's difficult. Mostly, I think that most Indians players they like to JV with us, to set up this factory in India to avoid all the taxes. But it's not yeah, because the policy also keep changing, right? And then the different province, different state also have their own Very typical, very typical to know about India.
So far, how is your experience with the Indian market?
In Indian market is same things. They want the cheapest product lah. They're always talking about price. Price is priorities. Then after price, they only talk about quality. That's a problem, right? So it's not easy, but however, how the Indian economy is also grow lah. For automotive, they also now produce more than 1 million vehicles there, right? I think this also will help to grow lah.
Yeah, and India is also a huge market, similar to the China.
Yeah. It's a huge, but not easy deal with the Indian businessman. I think you know better than me.
Well, you need to understand the culture of it, and I think it's not difficult. That I would like to say, being Indian. Of course, just like any part of the world, there are some professionally managed companies. Pretty many companies are there in India, and now they are pretty much world class now. Just like the way China has transformed in operations, there are many companies in India producing high quality products. Okay, there's definitely, just like in Malaysia too, people look at the price first, then only talk about the the quality or other things, because wallet is the first thing. See how much money you have to buy. So
I agree with you lah. Actually, if the India company, there's a daily company with the international companies, so definitely the most talk about the quality in terms of the pricing. That's why until today I still have a very good relation with my customer.
Very good, very good.
They are more talk about qualities.
Yeah. And because they also export oriented, they're Indian rubber product manufacturers are exporting to global market, so quality has to be the priority.
Yes. Definitely. Yes.
I forgot to ask about the labor situation in Malaysia. How is situation now, labor? You have sufficient labor?
Actually, you know that actually our population is not good enough to supply all the labor. That's why we need to import the foreign workers. Right? Recently, the government's come out policies that limit us to get the foreign workers. That's why we have labor shortage. Mostly in the production lines, right? Especially for these machine operators. Because of machine operator, we very difficult to get the local people to work as machine operators. We still need these foreign workers. That is a problem. We have the big challenge. Become a manufacturer in Malaysia. You need to think. That's why we need to transform our production line to be a semi-auto or fully auto. But definitely, we know that in rubber industry, especially in these technical levels, they are very difficult to fully auto. We try to semi-auto. Like we also can invest in these visual inspection machines to remove all the visual inspection by manually. So cut out this so-called too depending to the labors. Meanwhile, if we invest in these automations or auto inspections, so this also will help us to increase our qualities. Like even the customer from US that pay a visit to us, they always ask me the questions. How frequent you check your operator eye size? This I cannot answer that. So after I check it, most my operators they have an eye size problem. That's why after their visit, I will invest in these auto inspections machines to reduce then to the image, because the eyesight we cannot guarantee from the morning there is a same performance until the evening.
Yeah, fatigue there, So
yes,
it's well, but also there is a limitation on the visual inspection, the size of the parts. There is, you may not able to
depends.
You need a labor, but you can cut down the labor numbers by utilizing the
the
visual inspection.
we need the quality engineers to set up the machine compared with just one to get the normal labors.
Okay, let's talk about the important project that you are doing, iRISE, Malaysian Rubber Expo, which will be held in August in Kuala Lumpur at KLCC. So can you talk about the progress of the iRISE?
Yeah, actually, iRISE, we are all under control. The progress is well done. We are almost 95% about is resolved. We only left views. So hopefully by these few months, we are going to full show to all the booth, right, to all the exhibitors. Actually, we organize this iRISE because as an association, we saw that in Malaysia, we don't have so-called the dry rubber trade show. That's why we are trying to organize this iRISE to help our SMEs to move forward. And then this is the first platform for them to do their corporate image promotions or for their products promote. Use this platform is granted by support by this our Malaysian Rubber Council, right? So for iRISE, MRPMA also invite a lot of different countries exhibitors coming in to promote their product, or they can do all the networking with the Malaysian rubber product industry players, right? So most of them is from China, Taiwan, Japan, Thailand, Germans, right? This is a very good platform because this is a new expo in Malaysia. We can take this they can take this opportunity to have a very good networking or business working with the Malaysian players, because those days a lot of industry players is not really well known about the Malaysia rubber industry, right? So these are good platforms. So in terms of that, we also do a lot of promotions for airlines. Recently, we go to your show in Thailand, Bangkok. Then we also go to China, right? China coming, we are going to this Taiwan. Latest by May, we are going to Japan to promote our trade show, and then we also looking for the business partner on this trade show to get more buyer-ins, and also we also encourage whoever's they wish to have a business with Malaysia, we are welcome them to participate in this show. For our this iRISE, is about 50% is a local company exhibitor, right? The China only about 20%. For then the others is from other country. So this is considered is very local based expo in Malaysia. Right? So main agenda is we want to help this our Malaysian SME to grow their business, and then use this platform is the first step to move out from Malaysia, then have a business linking with the overseas buyers and the overseas counterparts. Right?
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to connect with the Malaysian rubber industry at one place, during the 3 days. And also international community also they can look for new opportunities in Malaysia. So it's a mutually beneficial to the global markets, at the same time Malaysian SMEs to explore the the international market as well. Not at the exhibition, not only just an exhibition, but I do understand that you do have a conference program that is also one of the key activity of MRPMA, Malaysian Rubber Industry Conference, MRIC. Yeah, that will be also at the same time. So the visitors, the participants, not only look at the exhibition, but also have an opportunity to learn or connect with the professionals in the rubber industry. Can you talk about your conference program?
Yeah, Actually, this is a very good conference. We have all these speakers from different countries, like from India, Thailand, Singapore, and the local Malaysians. Most of them is very seniors in the rubber industry. They can be share all their knowledge, different type of the sectors to benefit to the rubber industry, especially more target is Malaysians. So for this MIC, we also offer to the university students that come, have a learnings. In terms they are only learning in the campus, then now they come to the conference to get more knowledge about the rubber industry and the latest topics. Right, our conference more talking about the sustainabilities of the rubber industry in Malaysia, and then how we're going to move forward to the latest technology. So we invite different kind of sectors of industry player to keep the talk. And this is very good speakers, and I can say that.
Yeah. So for the everybody who participate in this event, it's going to be good networking, explore the new market opportunities, business opportunities, and also an opportunity to learn about new things in the rubber technology as well, and also sustainability.
Yes, right.
Okay, Mr. Yeaw, thank you very much. It's been a 1 hour session already. We touched many things about the China markets, technology wise, the things happening in China. Then we went to Malaysia, what's happening in Malaysia. Then we went to Southeast Asia markets, and then we touched about your project on the iRISE Malaysian Rubber Expo. So it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Palams, for inviting for give the sharing about the Malaysia's rubber industry business scenarios lah. So we are happy on that. So maybe we are keep continuous keep in touch to share about our rubber, the latest information and news in the near future. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sadiqa. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, guys, that's the end of the session with Mr. KK Yeaw. I'm hoping that you find this session useful and learn about his vision, at the same time also his understanding and opinion about the China, Malaysia, and Southeast Asian markets. I do encourage everyone to participate in the iRISE 2025 in August. In Kuala Lumpur. This is one of the important event for the Malaysian rubber industry. If you want to connect with the Malaysian rubber industry, I think you should always go to the iRISE. Yeah, this is a man to connect, KK Yeaw.
Yes,
the man to connect, and please reach out to him, or association as well, Malaysian Rubber Products Manufacturer Association. It's a very dynamic organization helping the Malaysian rubber industry, and Mr. Yeaw is the president of it, and he's also owner of the Cooltech, and the leaders in the automotive rubber parts manufacturing. So that's all the session today. Thank you all for joining. Bye bye for now.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye. Yeah. Thank you.